hello. It's Freaky Friday. Welcome to TTTT. Ni Coach Bedali kwa mekanyaga waya. And I told him stop wandering around the studio, but he just didn't listen. My name is Amina Abdurrabah. Welcome to the show. Hello to all of the daddies on the show. Daddy Mato.
Samiro, by the way, I think it's only Samiro who does not know this secret. Alikaukiwa for so long, he had to put the daddy in his name. At least watu wakimuita randomly kwa barabara. They be like, Daddy Mato.
Yes, you're talking to a father of 3 as you say.
That's true. That is true. By the original, he's the OG daddy on the show.
By the way, I think Mato and Cindy have held us down.
They really...
Wana alternating. Ukiona ni venye Mato hatuwezi ona ishara, labda hata saa hii. You never know. Never know.
True. That's true. And then they'll just announce.
Watcha jokes.
Anyway, but it's so good to see you guys. Welcome Samiro, of course Quach, karibuni nyote. But Samiro does not have children that he knows
Lakini mimi ni anko ya watu.
Okay.
Exactly.
Even bado hujakutana na wao. You know, sometimes when you really make it is when now they all present themselves.
Oh, of course. Samiro, it's a good time mimi nikuambie.
Yes.
Bro, it's a good time. Hakuna zawadi mtu anapewa. Hivyo venye uko sawa. Niko sawa. Mtu asikupatie pressure yoyote.
Exactly.
The only difference
usidanganywe. But maliza kuache.
The only difference ni ati ukiingia nyumba vile uliiacha ndio unaipata. That's the difference.
Samiro usikubali hiyo mambo. Invest in your legacy.
Okay.
Choose for it to be yourself, or you can choose for it to be an offspring.
The way says person nimekuwa nikipatana nayo ni Quach.
Let me start the show, guys.
No, let me ask Mato quick fast. Mato, what is the name of your great grandfather?
My great grandfather's name is
You're putting him at the side, of course.
Wait, no. What is the name of your great grandfather? Karanja. Kuna siku Karanja alikuwa anaamka akijiambia ati anakutafutia na haumjui hata jina.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. You don't even know his name. Like you have to take 5 minutes.
No, I was trying to remember.
No, it's okay. Mato, it doesn't matter. Achana na Quach. I know you guessed the name. We don't believe that you know your great watcher. But anyway, Samiro, I just want you to know that Quach is not playing with content. That is his real life. It's actually a reality show. It's a reality show. Anyway, so now we're talking about dads because Sunday, I understand, is Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to all of the present fathers. Who take care of their children.
The fathers. Mother's Day watu bagui. Mother's Day watu bagui.
Relax.
Mother's Day watu bagui.
Thank you.
Hii vita tutapigana wakati show itaanza.
Exactly. Ama ukiwa na watoto zaidi ya mmoja.
Show ikianza tutapigana hii vita.
Oh, sorry. But Samiro, si kuna mtu anakuita daddy. Let's start the show. These are what we're going to be talking about tonight. Let's take a look. A traffic police was unaware that he was being recorded as he took off with a rider's motorbike in the name of traffic offense. Hisi ni tamatu ya vitu za watu. Like, let's just be honest. He was excited. You could see him he wanted to smile. This was a dream of his to own something like this. And why not? Why not say, wewe leta hii? Huh? Wewe leta hii. Good news to the people of Eldoret as they get their first traffic lights. 2025. Wow. This will encourage the residents to buy more vehicles so that, you know, they can experience the thrill of the lights. This is wow. What a wow. Wengine wetu tukienda streets kuandamana, others are busy wakiandamwa. After the Thursday street protest, one guy yani alishinda tu mteja. Yeye mwezi mzima, I think, until mwindi amlipe. Hey, this lady has got some what? Nitazita? Guts. Let's go with guts. Let's go with guts. See you on the other side of this bumper. All right, so now a lot is going on. The hashtag is TTTT. Please share your messages, whether it's positivity, negativity, whether you're angry, whether you're happy. I would love to hear about it, but if I could just, you know, preempt the emotion in the studio, I think a lot of people here are upset. And as much as we try to make light of so many things that happen in our country, there are so many things that have gotten us upset this week, and I think a number of them we will be discussing. Now, as you know, of course, protests took place this past week here in the CBD. All of that, of course, protesting the death of Albert Ojwang. This was one of the most unfair cases we have ever talked about on the show, if I'm not wrong. Sindio Mato?
Yes.
And then, you know, all of these excuses, first aligonga, ukuta, kisha, you know, there was just so many different reasons and excuses that were given. And this was someone's son. This was another Kenyan. What went through your mind when you saw that story?
Tumesema hivi ndivyo tuanze. Wacha tuanze vile tutaanza. It's, first of all, my condolences to the family. It is quite unfair, really, for us to give the responsibility to the government, to the leaders of our country, to the police to serve us and protect us and give us the safety that we need to wake up every day and do what we need towards building our nation. Yet, tuko na mchwa ambaye anakula hii nation. I am saying that that's a metaphor. Sijaita mtu mchwa. I'm just saying it's a metaphor because we are building as others are destroying this country. And it is sad. It is sad, the excuses, the deliberate attempts, to the point of there's a 23-year-old somewhere who was paid 3,000 shillings to delete footage of CCTV. First of all, ndio ujue tuko pabaya, aliona hiyo 3,000 shillings iko sawa. Right now, he has been arrested and is in trouble for doing that, which probably he was either convinced or coerced. We'll never know. But fact remains, he was at the point at which it has been confirmed that is it the OCS or the OCPD of Central Police Station?
OCS.
Yes, OCS has been arrested.
Yes.
So,
na akasema, please, I am being framed.
Na ameingizwa pia kwa hiyo list. Yes. The 23-year-old ameingizwa kwa hiyo list. And probably the list will go on. Na I'm sure pia tutazungushwa kidogo before eventually we have even the IG probably coming and saying, okay, sawa, mimi nimejiuzulu, ninakubali makosa ama sijakubali makosa. But fact remains, something's got to give in this country.
Yes.
The silence is deafening from the executive, even from the very strongly phrased words that we got recently. It was all words with no action. And at this point, the anger and bitterness is too much. Let me tell you, what is happening now, do you know sometimes you feel like the universe is conspiring to trigger the country into something that it is ready for? And it is unfortunate that this is happening right now, when people are ready for anything to happen. But it wasn't meant to be this big. This is too big.
But you see, Mato, we now live in a very different time where we can tell that they are just being used as scapegoats. This is a very different era. Watu ndo wamesema, si mimi, kusema kweli, I'm just... And yani mimi nimesema, we can see through it. Kwach, can't you?
It's
Kwach, agree with me or not?
Absolutely.
Do you agree with me? No.
I absolutely agree with you.
If we're being very honest, right? They said, if you remember, they said that they were acting on orders from above.
Yes.
Then they said it was the OCS. Right? First, they blamed it on cops from Central Police. There were no names. And then the OCS, who apparently wasn't even there at the time. But then they said...
It wasn't there, but was there.
If it was there, it's okay. But then they said that by the time he was being brought to Central Police Station, he was already in such a bad state that the cops themselves asked them, please, can you take him to the hospital? They said, apana. And less than an hour later, right, he was pronounced dead, meaning it could not have been the cops. So Wakanzanayo story was, yes, oh, then now the cameras were tampered with, of course, coincidentally, that same evening, right? 4 hours. I don't know if you guys read what Boniface Mwangi went through. The only reason he survived was because we made too much noise for them to ignore. And I'm so sure they were like, now who did we kidnap? This wasn't just some ordinary somebody, Quatch.
3 things
and
I
now
have
all of a sudden now they have a name. Only one person. So he was the only one who took him to Karura for 4 hours and tortured him. Let's be honest. Do you remember what the dad was told? To come for the
body.
Allegedly.
I think for me, I will not want even to repeat the facts. That is something that is out there. Here we already know. The 3 small things I want to say. Number 1, it's June 13th. Whatever that means to you, you decide. Number 2, let's not get used to death.
Yeah.
We as Kenyans, let's not be made to get used to death. We are in a place where someone is dying. Do you guys know that the same police custody that we are talking about where Albert Ojwang lost his life, today we have reports of a woman who's miscarried in the cells, and then they are saying they do not know what happened. Same week. So every single time we are losing lives, and something I do not like is this thing that every time someone posts something that looks like it's remotely critiquing something that is happening, Kenyans are the first ones to go and say, naungoje Subaru. Let's not make it normal. Let's not make them feel ni kama sahi it's a kawaida thing ati ukicriticize tu kidogo hivi ati nao Quatch ngoja Subaru iko hapo nje ya Nation Center. That's not how it should be. We can't live like that. Caretaker amekuja kukuchunga. Not the other way around. It's not the other way around. And then the last thing that I want to say, my condolences to Mr. Meshach Ojwang, the mother of Albert Ojwang, the wife of Albert Ojwang, and the child of Albert Ojwang. Poleni sana. This country owes you everything.
A very, 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 very big apology. I'm so sorry. He said he carried his title his title deed in case he needed to bail his son. And it's just so heartbreaking. And I love what Quatch has said. If you normalize and we become desensitized to things like death, and we just, it's part of life. If you see Albert Ojwang on the news, I need you to know that tomorrow could be you. Tomorrow that could be me. Tomorrow it could be Quatch, or it could be my producer Ndenga, who was the one who was shot at. I don't know if you guys saw that clip of the cop who just turned his gun around and just tried to shoot a journalist on the side. And this is something we're living in. I don't even know what kind of times we're living in, but I want to hear from you at the Trend Live. The hashtag is TTTT. What is your message to the government? What do you think about this story? Do you believe, that the policeman who has been apparently arrested, the one from DCI, was the one at fault? Sami, I know we haven't heard from you. We're going to hear from you right after the break. We're taking a very short commercial break. We pay some bills. We come back. Please tweet us. The hashtag is TTTT. We'll be right back.
Experience next-level nourishment. Nivea Nourishing Cocoa. Now with 100% pure hyaluron. It moisturizes for longer than ever. When our skin looks this good, we show up more confidently. Here, and here. New Nivea Nourishing Cocoa. Now with hyaluron and cocoa butter. Skin is for feeling it. Nivea is for skin.
It starts with little moments of courage. To stepping out into the new world with confidence. Taking leaps of faith, spreading your wings and soaring to new heights. Your mother's love is with you wherever you go. Stay soft. Nothing lasts like mom's love.
People come to me and they say they get discomfort when they have ice cream. Can you imagine that? avoiding having cold ice cream. Sensodyne gives you long-lasting protections against sensitivity. And people come in and they're like, oh, it works. I can have ice cream and I'm not in any discomfort. I recommend Sensodyne because it works. It's brilliant.
Hi, I'm Georgie Koa, father of 3, a man. I am excited to be there to share my experiences, and if we could all strive to be more men on this Father's Day. I think a man's life is typically around resilience, and if we who have been there before can share the ups and the downs, and especially not so much what to do, then maybe we could help the next generation of men. And I'm glad to be sharing this at Man Cave 5. A lot of men talk about what they have and what they have done, but not actually what it takes to be a man. Maybe just hearing somebody else tell you their story in person could change, and could be the thing between you and where you've always wanted to be. Man Cave 5 will be on June 14th, Herencia Gardens. Get your tickets on Kenya Buzz. Hope to see you there, and we can grow together.
Jumamosi hii kwenye gumzo la Sato.
Hamjambo wadau, penzi likikoleza kolea nalo. Wanauliza penzi ni nini? Mimi nawaambia kwamba penzi ni kudekezana. Moja kwa moja kutoka Dubai tunatinga ndani ya gumzo la Sato Jumamosi hii ndani ya NTV. Usikose mwana kwetu. Kosa uchekwe.
Kakitako.
Exactly is Koro?
I just received my cash from Koro. Just quick and easy.
The euphoria around town is crazy. Download Koro and say hello to easy lending.
Okay. And welcome back to TTTT right here on NTV. The hashtag is that, TTTT. And then, of course, you can get us at The Trend Live. That's our handle. I'd love to hear from where you're watching the show from and what your thoughts are about so many different things that have been happening this week. Of course, starting off with Albert Ojwang. May his soul rest in peace. Now, Samiro, I didn't hear your thoughts before the break, so let me hear from you. And then we can go to the next story. Niambie.
I mean, personally, I just feel like Kenyans, pia sisi wenyewe, are just enablers, because following that trail mpaka peloke Karura. I know unajua huko kuna mpaka watu wanachunga Karura. Ukienda huko on a normal day you do something fishy, they'll be at you, watakukujia. Lakini nobody ever speaks out. Na ukiongea hata na Mkenya wa kawaida anasemanga mimi nikiingia kwa ofisi kitu nitafanya ni ile kitu imekuwa ikifanywa. Mimi naingia hapo niibe. So saa zingine hata kudetect kitu ikikuwa wrong, it is very hard for us. Sababu sisi tumezoea sisi wenyewe, if we get into such positions, mtu ataimbia kigeugeu lakini yeye mwenyewe akiingia is he becoming any different? Unaona? So it becomes very easy for the government to do some things. Unaona, maybe maandamano imekuwa peaceful, lakini mtu amekuja tu katikati yetu. Unaona yeye anavunja anafanya na mwemkataza.
Exactly. In fact, that brings us to our next story, because you're absolutely right. We should speak up, right? We said it's a peaceful demonstration.
Exactly.
So we should all tell someone, where unafanya nini? Unafanya nini? Now, tensions flared during a calm protest here in Nairobi city center as a woman was caught on camera snatching a phone from a man, leaving onlookers stunned. What do you think? So there she is. You can see. It's almost like a scene from a movie. Akaichukua kama amefanya nini? Ngoja muone. Ngojeni muone. Ati timing.
Timing. Kwanza she's headed towards the direction of the trouble.
There. Boom.
Ndio asifuatwe.
And she did Yeah. So see what tuko tunaenda maandamano. It's almost like, you know, when you're going for the concert, right?
Yeah.
So you see Beyonce has come to Nairobi. Kwach is excited. He loves Beyonce. He's there recording. We are not all there for the same thing. I don't even know Beyonce's music. So me, I'm there for work. And it's the same thing with the lady. You could see that she wasn't paying attention to what people were doing, what they were saying, what they're chanting. Focus. That is none of her business. She was there for one specific job.
Target acquired.
Lock in.
Biashara ni kurisk.
Ni kurisk.
Samiro. Piga tu hiyo simu. Najua ukipiga simu. Huyo jamaa atarudishiwa simu yako. Samiro, please. Kwa bronje. Just piga tu hizo simu. Kuna lugha mimi naelewi. Najua ukiangalia hivi, si tunajua kama watu utembea. Yes. But hapa yeye ni ukweli. Yenye biashara ni kurisk.
Na yule kijana angefuata because the lady alianza kukimbia towards the direction ya trouble.
Yeah.
Leo ukiangalia hivi acha umse akirecord, ana record tayari kama ako on your mark. Lakini mdem ni mjanja, yeye anakimbia. Lakini ingekuwa Samiro,
I hope
tungefuatana.
I hope alipostia hoja jamaa hiyo footage.
I swear.
For sure, maandamano, there are so many people who take advantage of maandamanos, and of course this is one of the examples. One of the other examples that I saw, allegedly, was some of the protesters were infiltrated by somebody who was allegedly a police officer. And he was forced to identify himself, his ID, his badge number, the police station that he's in, all this allegedly. I'm just saying this off of a video that I saw today. And of course, it goes to show that, first of all, in as much as we want to protest peacefully, there are others who have not very peaceful or other different intentions. Because I can't confirm what the police officer was there to do or not do. I cannot. And we have to be very careful, even as we are going out on the streets, even as the other mandamanos are being planned for.
Yeah, but you know, this is not unique to just Kenya. We saw this happen during Dooley. Anyway, now Dooley. Hi, Kazi.
Hi, Kazi.
Anyway, no, but as I was saying, this isn't just unique to Kenya. We saw this happen during the LA protests, right, in the US, as they protest about their immigration policies. Do you guys remember when we used to think America was everything? Like, what is going on? This is just,
I mean,
personally,
vitu naonanga huko nje inafanya nipendele wimbo ya Sauti Sol.
Gani?
I live and die in Africa.
Very true.
In fact, personally, hata siogopi kusema I've never had an American dream. Niko sawa home. Kabisa na kwach.
Ni ukweli, but it happened during the demonstrations. We saw it happen in the UK. We saw it happen in Paris. And yeah, Paris is also another one before social media. We thought that's where you go for love. You know what I mean? Like, it was such a very different picture. We've seen it happen all over the world where people will take advantage of the demonstrations and loot.
But I think about protests, for me, I always say, go out for the greater good. Be there for the greater good. But while out there for the greater good, take care. Yeah. Because there are so many who are out there for their own other intentions. Zenye wewe haujui. And also, always make sure you know whose script you are reading.
Exactly.
Because sometimes you're running a script that looks like it is the same with yours, but it may adjustiwa tu kidogo, una run narrative ya mtu na haujui.
In fact, mimi nishaenda maandamano, nimejitolea. Kuangalia kumbe wenzangu walilipwa. Yangu ndio inatoka kwa roho bwana. Kumbe I'm by myself. Ai bwana.
Mungu ndio tu mtu wa passion.
Kumbe ndio wa passion. Mimi najitolea kwa udi na uvumba.
Unajua hapo makosa ni yako. Kwa nini uko na marafiki kama hawa?
Makosa na haujajua. You are very right, makosa ni yangu.
Unajua hiyo ndio 98% ya wasanii. Producers kumbe mlilipwa. Na sisi tuko hapa juu ya passion.
I genuinely didn't know. But you know, I think it's one of the most unfair things. I remember, you know, getting into some TikTok spaces where they had these lives and someone was saying, ati hata kama tulilipwa. I'm like, whoa. But these politicians actually didn't just come up with the fact that people were paid. There were some that were talking about being paid.
People were paid.
Maybe there were some who were paid.
Money was
but
poured,
we were not. A majority, maybe like 120, I don't know. But it was not happening to a majority of us. And for some politicians and these female leaders, well, I don't know what's going on. But when you talk about self-abduction, and Kenyans are talking about unnecessary deaths, we're still facing police brutality in 2025, and you start bringing that, it just doesn't
the problem
make
is
sense.
The problem is not genderized.
I have to take a break, watch 5 seconds.
It's not. The problem is not female or male. The problem is your interest versus my interest.
Okay.
The person she's carrying water for is the person who holds her interest.
Yeah.
Not you who is at just because you share gender.
Watch, don't make us believe in some stupid things kama yeye ni akiwa mrembo sana hapa kidogo.
Take a break. Take a break.
Anyway.
We need a break.
Macho,
let's go. Macho, let's go.
Take a break for me.
Please.
Wacha tupunge hewa. Tafadhali.
acne-prone skin, marks? Stop. Try new Garnier Charcoal Serum with 4% AHA, BHA and charcoal. The first black serum with no residue. Clinically proven to reduce pimples and acne marks. New Garnier AHA, BHA Charcoal Serum. Approved by dermatologists by Garnier Naturally.
Introducing the Smarter Bundle. Bundle imetosha. 30 GB monthly data, yani 1 GB daily. 400 minutes talk time to any network and free Airtel to Airtel. 100% Rudishiwa on Airtel money transactions, bank to wallet, pay bills, and agent withdrawals. Subscribe to the Smarter Bundle today. Dial *544# or visit My Airtel app. Airtel Smarter Bundle. Browse, chat, call. Airtel Money. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Hello, my name is Betty Okere, a clinical dietitian and diabetes educator. Have you had a recent conversation with your healthcare provider, especially your dietitian, and you were told to have a fat-free diet? That sounded difficult, especially if you love milk. You're probably wondering what to do about it. Brookside has got you covered with their low-fat milk. How is this important? If you're looking at reducing your intake of saturated fat, then the low-fat milk would be your to-go-to product. It will offer you the goodness of whole milk, but still be able to give you very little, less than 0.5% of fat in this milk. For persons who are also suffering from liver diseases and have been advised to go on low-fat diets, can also consider using the Brookside low-fat milk in their cooking so that they don't take away the goodness of milk as a product.
This week on Twende, we are going Magharibi.
We are in Kakamega Forest. There's so much to do, so much to see. In fact, let's not waste any time.
We team up with the Kenya Tourism Board for the second edition of the Magical Kenya Trail series. I go hiking through a stunning rainforest in Kakamega.
Umepotea? Huh? Hii ni proper George of the Jungle moment.
Did you know you can cycle in a national park? For the first time ever, Ruma National Park opens its doors to cyclists and hikers.
Twende, brought to you by Magical Kenya.
Wagwan 254. Are you guys ready for all matters entertainment? Both locally and internationally? We got you sorted. We are bringing the best cuisine when it comes to the world of entertainment. Si mahali pengine, bali ni Tin Republic every single weekend.
Tin Republic and Nation Media Group keep supporting young talent. You've always done so.
Telling me what you wanted me to give you.
And you know what? I, the Afro King, go to. I'll be dropping beats that slap harder than a Monday morning. We don't follow the vibe. We are the vibe.
Every Saturday from 11 a.m., where everything dope happens. This is NTV.
Tonight,
I've arrested 2 police officers, and that is the OCS Central Police Station, CI Talam.
interdicted, now guests of the state. Central Police Station OCS Samson Talam arrested. On the same day, cell sentry James Muhana was arraigned. IPOA under pressure to crack Albert Ojwang's murder case open. Also tonight,
no money is allocated for research, medical research, zero. And yet you see the huge work that we do for Kenyans.
a vital pillar of Kenya's health research is on the brink of collapse. With zero funding in the 2025-2026 budget, KEMRI warns of dire consequences for disease surveillance and pandemic response. Plus,
alirusha mtoto chini, nikasikia sauti pia juu akishauti ya kwamba ninakuja hapo chini kukutana na wewe na huyo mtoto akiwa anapitia ukutani like Spider-Man.
A playful afternoon culminates in tragedy. 5-year-old Amanda Mudeo's life violently cut short by her uncle at Jacaranda Estate. We have the chilling details tonight.
Not all sunscreens protect equally from sun damage. This one corrects dark marks too. Garnier Super UV Invisible Serum with SPF 50+ and vitamin C to protect from sun damage and correct dark marks. The best sunscreen for my skin. By Garnier, naturally.
In a world overflowing with noise.
What do you want Kenyans to do?
Stick to the agenda.
No consequences whatsoever.
Where headlines blur, words are thrown, and stories collide.
Can't we as a country also create industries?
I want to promise the people of Kenya.
Promise and deliver.
Who connects the dots?
2 billion is being stolen every day.
Who makes sense of it all?
Every generation has always passed the torch. This one is holding it.
Who gives you the last word?
Freedom within a framework. Agenda. Change. Deception.
The last word. Insight. Data. Truth.
Jumamosi hii kwenye gumzo la Sato.
Hamjambo dao, penzi likikoleza kolea nalo. Wanauliza penzi ni nini? Mimi nawaambia kwamba penzi ni kudekezana. Moja kwa moja kutoka Dubai, tunatinga ndani ya gumzo la Sato Jumamosi hii ndani ya NTV. Usikose mwana kwetu. Kosa uchekwe.
Kakitako.
Exactly is Koro.
I just received my cash from Koro. Just quick and easy.
The euphoria around town is crazy. Download Koro and say hello to easy lending.
Yes, welcome back. You are watching TTTT right here on NTV. We said we're going to read comments before we end the show. So let me start off with Kwach, then Samiro, and then we go to Daddy Mato.
Yeah, we are here. Kenyans are speaking. Kenyans are passionate up online.
I love it.
It's
Let's go.
just ati huyo dem anaweza ataka kutoka chali yako. Imagine that man went back home akasema nimeibiwa simu na dem. Even your girlfriend will leave you for this. That's Austin Kikuyu. Sparta Mgenge is saying this is the sad state of the nation. Nakaa naangalia mtu wangu nashindwa, what would I do if anyone took them from me unjustly? Quite shukran for that. That was deep. That's Sparta Mgenge.
Sir Junior Yuri says, what's so special with?
Let me read this one. Let me read this one, and I tell you why this is what I was talking about. This might be attention seeking, and I have said it already, but let me just read it so that I tell you what I mean. At Sir Junior Yuri saying, TTTT hashtag, what's so special with Albert's death that you take a whole week talking about it? Yet we have so many people being killed every day. Is Albert the first person to die in this country? I would not have read this message, and I know this person is attention seeking so that they are read on TV.
Or rage bait.
Rage bait.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, you will find that strangely, there are some Kenyans who think like this.
Oh, that's why you read it.
Strangely, there are some Kenyans who think like this. Ati, ye haoni, ati, ai, kwani huni wa kwanza kukufa. That's what I was saying. Let's not be desensitized about death. Let's not lose that thing that one life lost is a life too many.
Oh, wow. That's quite unfortunate for someone to reason like that. All right, so I know you still have some messages. Samuel Kwanayo?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Santiago de Blessed. Sijui ni nini, but the police in this country wanajiona kama caretaker. They feel they can do anything and treat anyone anyhowly. A politician is harmed and the whole investigation is done within a week. But common mwananchi ni kuzungushwa asifu ya mad. Ipo siku.
Ipo siku.
Because yani ilifanyika very much immediately because after Kasipul's death, the MP, politicians came out complaining that Kenyans wanna celebrate leader kikufa. Unaona? Alafu sasa sahi you saw how that death was treated. Lakini hii hapa how
Bwana Samiro sema Kasipul MP were.
Exactly.
Sema Kasipul's death. Kenya might celebrate. So
I knew you were going to say that. I was going to say that. And then I was like, oh, Amina.
Can I read one last one, Amina?
Okay, a quick one.
Buffalo Dash is saying, don't give a blanket cover to police as bad. Just like in schools, homes, villages, etc., you can't miss a fake everyone everywhere. Even we have fake doctors, someone just injected. And the reason why I was reading this is I wanted to react to you and tell you, my brother, some of these things are not the same. The reason why we are talking about this one is it is the head teacher of a school that is expected to call out the teacher who's rogue. The district commissioner is supposed to call out the school that is misbehaving. But now we have the people commanding the station not calling out the others. That's why we are saying this is wrong. We are not saying the whole police force, but we are saying once one apple is rotten, it just might be the whole bunch.
Yeah, kuna shida. I was going to talk about, I don't know how we became this nation that celebrates deaths, but let me tell you, Kenya, kuna moja, but wacha. Now, police were caught on, I don't know if you guys saw this story. It was one of the first stories we talked about, as I was mentioning. The topics we're going to talk about now. A rider was left stunned after police stopped him for not wearing a reflector, even though he had reflective gear. Now, this was in a routine police stop that ended up taking a bizarre and troubling turn, highlighting what many see as a growing pattern of double standards in traffic law enforcement. Now, according to Brian CLKD, known by Brayo, the incident began when a police officer stopped his friend for allegedly failing to wear a reflector during daylight hours. However, the rider in question was reportedly fully dressed in reflective gear, raising questions about the basis of the stop. Now, what followed has sparked public outrage, rightfully so. Instead of issuing a citation, maybe offering clarification, the officer allegedly confiscated the rider's motorcycle and rode off, all while breaking several traffic laws himself. The incident has reignited debate on police conduct, especially on roads, with citizens calling for better training. Okay? Stricter disciplinary action against rogue officers. Yani, he just went on a ride. He was just having
your camera 360
and he's just breaking, whether he was breaking rules. I don't know if you guys noticed when you watch the rest of the video.
Kuna mali alipitia polisi yenye inasemekanaga boda ifa kupitia hapo ni basically peke yake hapo pali anatana.
Hapa sahi.
Hapo.
Yeah. But he will argue that he was trying to, get to the police station as fast as possible.
Police station. Mimi ni mahali niliona amesimama.
Police station. Doesn't he look like he's having the time of his life? I feel like he just looks like he's having fun.
Unajua mina, some of these things mina feel ni kama maybe tunashikangwa sababu polisi kuna privilege ingine haja enjoy. Hii bike ni kubwa sana haja ikalia. Unajua sasa unashikwa na shanga, wewe umeafford aje kitu kama hii? He opts on to it, alafu he's even smiling while doing it. Sidhani kama alikuwa anajua ni kamera.
Of course akujua.
Exactly. So it's coming from a place ya uivu ile. Huyu kijana anatumia hii kitu. Alafu maybe he wants too much as bribe. Alafu akiambiwa haiwezekani. That's where the problem comes in.
There are two things that used to happen in the village when I was growing up. One of them was tulikuwa na place fulani ya kustore chakula ilikuwa inaitwa OS. OS used to be this kamba inafungwa juu kwa roof and then inawekwa sufuria ndani. So OS used to have this habit. Ukiingia jikoni uchukue kitu kwa sufuria hapo ndani. Mtu waingie ndani hatapata OS kifanya hivi. This is what the camera is doing to this guy.
Exactly.
He is gone for almost 20 minutes. He does not realize that he is alive.
And smiling.
This is like, I don't know if you guys saw this week when Ashton Hall was, I think it was last week, he was live on, he doesn't understand streaming. He's trying to get into streaming now. But for streamers, I also met a streamer in a restaurant in Nairobi. And he just came and he was like, hi, Amina, say hi to chat. I'm like, we're live na kula. Hula officer hakujua. Yata, huko ni wapi? Huko ni wapi?
Kuna duka ya green hapo ya transactions.
Mimi sijui ameenda kusalimia nani. Hivi ndo wale watu ambao wako na familia zaidi ya moja, hivi ndo mnapatikana. Umeenda kusalimia ule madam mwingine kabla uende kwa goat wife, alafu unapatikana. Now let's quickly talk about Samido. It looks like tonight our whole show is all about cops. Now the National Police has ordered the arrest of anti-stock theft unit officer Samuel Muchoki alias Samido for deserting duty in Gilgil since May 27th, 2025. Whereabouts of the popular musician is unknown at the time being. For the first time, serikali imetafuta mtu ikamkosa. So I don't know if this is fair, especially this coming right after he had called out a few things from the government. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Sami, let me start with you.
Mina fili maisha, just go for what your heart desires.
I was be Samido hivyo.
Growing up, mamangu alikuwa anaita engineer, professor, daktari, lakini kwa roho yangu I didn't know the name, but nilikuwa najua mimi nitakuwa mtu wa news. Unaona? Samido finds more joy with the guitar than with the gun. Unaona? Sasa yeye mnamwambia hata retire, maybe kwa kile yake hata asha retire, maybe he didn't even want to be a cop. Unaona? Maybe pia circumstances zilimforce kuingia hapo. Kufika hapo akaweza kufinance his dream. Unaona? Sasa saa hii nyinyi mnamwambia mnataka kumshika, yeye zimemshika huko pali huko.
Sishamshika. Kwani zimemshika?
The difference
mnadhani Samido amejificha?
Hajajificha.
He's announcing where he is.
He has said where he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And actually there was a statement that he was put out allegedly, but based off of what I'm actually even confirming from what I'm seeing on his YouTube, on his Facebook page, is he intentionally alitisha ruhusa kuenda for sure. Lakini aliona kunaweza haribika, akasema huku sirudi, because what we are seeing now, it is tour dates. All the shows that he's planning to do in the US. He has reunited with his wife in the US.
Which one?
The first wife. He has reunited with his wife in the US. Ako huko na watoto.
Which one?
Ako huko na bibi. Ako huko na familia. Ambao ndio the most important thing in this our lives as men. So yeye atafanya kazi yake. Kesi yake na the government of Kenya hatujui vile kutaenda. Na tukisema mambo ya kama ni which wife, ni mmoja tu tunajua ambaye aliolewa. Hizo zingine zilikuwa stories za hizo zingine zilikuwa
everyone knows that senators are protected by cops. What part of that don't you guys understand? They are protected. Hiyo ilikuwa kazi. Alikuwa kazi. And we stop bringing in issues that are not.
Na kazi yako ni kaili.
Hey, and now
Kwa tunanimaliza. You are absolutely right. I'm so sorry guys, we're out of time.
Absolutely?
We are out of time. Oh my God. Hey, I've cried so much today, but thank you so much. Wow, we have so many other stories. Shout out to LD at small benefits.
Your traffic light.
First time wamepata traffic light. It reminds me of the time when TRM had the escalators and people used to go there specifically for escalators.
No, but anyway, it makes sense that they have the traffic lights. Juni LD watu wako na mbio.
Watu wako kwa mbio Eva. Ni vizuri wa regulator.
We've got to go guys. We've got to go. Unajua ni habari.
The passenger sign ndio itakuwa na the most traffic.
We've got to go. Thank you, Sami. Thank you, Kwaj. And thank you, Daddy Mato. Happy Father's Day ahead of this Sunday to all of the present fathers.
All the fathers.
Okay.
All the fathers. Now, since you are the mom who stepped up. Fathers.
My name is Amina Abdiraba.
All the fathers.
Sawa, nimesema all of them. All of the daddies out there. Thank you so much. My name is Amina Abdiraba. Good evening. Time now for the news. Be blessed. Catch you at 10 p.m. I won't be there, but the trend will be. Happy Father's Day.
All the fathers.